Learn English through story. The Lantern in the Cave. In a remote village nestled between mountains, there lived an old man named Heron. He was known for his wisdom, though many thought him eccentric. He seldom spoke, and when he did, it was often in riddles. Yet, people respected him, for they knew there was always a deeper meaning behind his words. Heron lived alone in a small house near the entrance of a dark cave, a cave no one dared to enter. Rumors surrounded the cave. Some said it was cursed, others believed it housed spirits from another world. Over time, the villagers had woven stories of lost souls and treasure hidden within, guarded by some ancient force. But no one, not even the bravest, had ever ventured inside. One evening, a young man named Malik arrived in the village. He was strong, ambitious, and discontented with his life. His dreams were filled with riches and power, and he believed the stories about the treasure hidden in the cave. To Malik, the cave was not a place of fear but an opportunity, a challenge he was eager to take. After hearing the village gossip about Heron's proximity to the cave, Malik sought him out. "Old man," he said, standing at Heron's door, "I've heard tales of a treasure hidden in the cave by your house. Is it true?" Heron looked at Malik, his eyes kind but piercing. "Truth, like treasure, is often buried deep," he replied cryptically. "But one must be careful what they seek." "I don't fear the cave," Malik said with confidence. "I want to find what's hidden inside." "Will you tell me what you know?" Heron studied the young man. "Many have sought what lies in the cave. Some have found what they were looking for, but most have found something else entirely." Undeterred, Malik asked, "How can I enter? What do I need?" The old man reached into his small house and pulled out an old lantern. Its surface was tarnished, but its light burned steady. "Take this," he said. "The cave is darker than any night. This lantern will guide you." Malik accepted the lantern and immediately set off toward the cave. As he entered, the air grew colder, and the darkness seemed to swallow the faint light from the entrance. Yet, the lantern's flame burned bright, cutting through the blackness. The walls of the cave were jagged, and the path was uneven. Malik could hear the distant drip of water echoing through the caverns. The deeper he went, the stronger his determination grew. After what felt like hours, he reached a fork in the path. The left tunnel was narrow and twisted, while the right appeared wide and straight. Malik hesitated. The wide path seemed easier, but something about it felt off. Remembering the old man's words, he paused and decided to follow the narrower path. As he walked, the tunnel became more difficult to navigate. The rocks were sharper, and the air colder. At times, he felt as though unseen eyes were watching him, but he pressed on, trusting the lantern's light. Eventually, he arrived at a large chamber. In the center of the room sat a pedestal, and on it, a small, intricately carved box. Malik's heart raced. "This must be the treasure," he thought. He approached the box, eager to open it and claim his prize. As he reached for it, he heard a voice, soft but unmistakable. "What do you seek, young one?" Startled, Malik looked around but saw no one. "I seek the treasure hidden in this cave," he replied, his voice steady despite his surprise. The voice responded, "Treasure comes in many forms. Are you certain of what you seek?" Malik hesitated. "I want wealth, power, everything I've never had." The voice grew softer. "And if you receive this, will you be content, or will you still seek more?" Malik paused. He had never thought about it that way. He had always assumed that once he had wealth and power, his life would be complete. But the question lingered in his mind, Would it ever be enough? The voice spoke again. Before you open the box, know this: inside is what you desire most, but once taken, it cannot be returned. Are you ready to accept the consequences of your choice? Malik stared at the box, his hand hovering over it. His mind raced. Was he truly ready? Would wealth and power really bring him happiness? Or would they only lead to more longing, more dissatisfaction? Suddenly, he thought of Haran and the way the old man had looked at him with such understanding. Malik realized the treasure wasn't just gold or jewels. The real treasure was wisdom, the ability to see beyond one's desires and understand the true value of life. Malik slowly withdrew his hand from the box. "No," he said quietly. "I don't need what's in the box. I need to understand what's in my heart." As soon as he spoke, the cave began to tremble. The chamber shook, and Malik feared it would collapse. But the lantern's light grew brighter, illuminating the path back to the entrance. He turned and hurried out of the cave, the voice echoing behind him, "You have chosen wisely." When Malik emerged from the cave, the sun was just beginning to rise. He looked down at the lantern in his hand and smiled. It had guided him not just through the cave, but toward a deeper understanding of himself. Haran was waiting for him outside. "Did you find what you were looking for?" the old man asked, his eyes twinkling. Malik nodded. "Yes, but not in the way I expected." "The treasure wasn't in the caveat, it was in the journey." Haran smiled knowingly. The greatest treasures often are. From that day on, Malik no longer sought wealth or power. Instead, he sought wisdom, understanding that true contentment comes not from what we possess but from what we understand about ourselves and the world around us. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.